Small talk, I like cash talk. Lady diamonds hitting, turn the flash off. I'm like Wayne Dixie, I get bags off. Baby got a pretty face, slim waist, ass off. I'ma get my own sack, big.
She wondered why I don't like her when she harassed me my whole pregnancy, telling me, well, not my whole pregnancy, but for a little bit, telling me how she know where I live at. She gonna come black my eyes. She gonna do this. She gonna do that. First of all,
all of that woofing like you bought that shit, but stop that shit.
I doubt that was gonna happen. She said she was gonna sit in my neighborhood, watch me go in, black my eyes. I couldn't wait to park far in my neighborhood and slowly wobble my ass in the house. Cause one thing, did you think that you was gonna ever, just like today, when you, as you know, that you could never, girl, bye. You wonder why I don't like you. And you said something like that. Why would you want to sneak and geek and be around my child if you told this man to sign his rights over? And I still wasn't even here yet. This is coming from a woman, an older woman, damn near elderly, telling a man that take care of her kids. So she say, because then she was on Facebook talking about, oh, he don't do nothing for my kids and da 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 da. Which one is it? You got a prize or you don't have a prize? It don't look like you got a prize either. Why would I want my kid around you if you told this man to sign his rights over? You're making this a personal thing. So now it's a personal attack against my child. I put this on my child. I was living at 801 8th Street, Laurel Park Apartments. That man came in my apartment and said, oh yeah, guess what this bitch said? She said, I should sign my rights over for that baby. You are a distasteful, low down, nothing ass woman to tell a man that take care of your kids that you display that y'all was such a happy home and all this extra stuff. And I was a side bitch that ruined the family. There was no family before I even came around. This man was already straying. Remember, he assaulted you. He put his hands on you. Let's call a spade, baby. This is what we're gonna do. A girl called him on FaceTime and you punched him. He knocked the Mario points out your ass. The family was never a family. Sorry to tell you. Now, I only know this information because she said it out her own mouth when we was on the phone. She told me what happened. Like, oh, he was sleeping in the bed and a girl FaceTimed him, and I think she didn't have no top on. The first baby mother answered the phone, and I think she threw the phone at his face, or she stole him in the face while he was asleep. And he woke up and hit her ass back. And supposedly she was leaking all the way down the steps to the front. I don't know. Police came, locked her ass up. Da 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 da. Now, mind you, this story was told to me, I think, far along in my pregnancy, when I was like 8 months already. So, yeah. That's how I know that story. I just want to add that in there. You are literally a bottom bitch. If the sister's not gonna tell you, because I know y'all clicked up now, because y'all got a common interest. Y'all all don't like me, so now you're in the group chat. Now you guys are sisters because y'all hate me together. Okay, twin. We on this topic of y'all being sisters. When I first met both of them, they both said that they didn't like you, you're problematic, you're always starting shit, you're always talking shit, you're always lying on their brother because their brother is such a good dad. They said whatever you're saying about him not being a good dad, you are a liar. You're obsessed. Anything that you can think of, girl, they was saying it about you. What our baby daddy was saying and what they were saying, they combined their stories together, and girl, made you look crazy. To be honest, you are kind of crazy if you felt like more than one kid was just not a lesson. But that's why I escaped. And if he told you anything after 2 years of Nasir being born that I was on him, that's a lie. I promise you, I stopped being on that man when Nasir was about 2 years old. I started seeing the flaws that I was not seeing, the flaws that I don't know how you didn't see. I just wasn't on it. I was on the bigger and better things, literally. I was outside. I was outside, honey. Then listen, let me shut up. You're a bottom bitch. I'm sorry, and you know it. Because we've had conversations. We've agreed on certain things. We had a phone call conversation. I'm gonna get to that in a minute. But you're the bottom bitch. Sorry, but you are. That's all you'll ever be. You'll never be a wife, even if he does marry you. You're the bottom bitch that never went anywhere. You never went anywhere. You let this man dog walk you, basically piss in your face, run you ragged, stress you out. You probably lost hair, probably lost weight, probably lost a whole bunch of stuff because of him. Your only match will be our baby daddy. Sorry. You got on Facebook and you said a side bitch that got pregnant. I'm gonna keep receipts. For sure. Like, these receipts go back to, I don't even fucking know. But I don't care who you are, family, if you lied on me, trust me, I got the receipts for the lies. What she say on Facebook? She said, I was a side bitch who got pregnant, right? I knew what was going on and still decided to get pregnant and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Just listen really closely to this. I'm passionate about what I'm saying. I'm not yelling. But what I'm telling you is, if we're going to have a conversation, we're going to be honest. You knew fucking well, you was still fucking around, and when I told you, if you want to go back and fuck with your baby mother, leave me the fuck alone. You told me, oh, I can prove it to you that I'm not fucking with her. What do you want me to do? Don't sit here in my face and lie and say, I'm not saying that I did. Oh, exactly. Okay. Did y'all hear him say, I'm not saying that I didn't say that? Let me rewind it. Was still fucking around, and when I told you, if you want to go back and fuck with your baby mother, leave me the fuck alone. You told me, oh, I can prove it to you that I'm not fucking with her. What do you want me to do? Don't sit here in my face and lie and say, I'm not saying that I did. Oh, exactly. So my point exactly. One thing about me, I will never play sides to no hoe. I don't never do no side bitch nothing. Bitch, you're just mad because that man that you got or had, I don't know, because the streets got him. And if we being honest, if I really wanted the man, I could really snatch him up. Like, I got text messages for days to prove that, and literally following into 2025. Like, that man is he would be so quick to come over here and be with me. Like, and this is not no flex, because I don't want it. I don't need it. I don't desire it. None of that. But the man did ask me time after time to have another baby with him. Me and my best friend was sitting around one time, and I was like, watch, I'm about to show you how, how pressed this nigga really is about me. So now, mind you, he didn't already ask me to have another baby with me multiple times at this point. So I'm like, watch this. So I called him and was like, oh, it's nothing out here. Mind you, I'm welling real bad. I'm like, it's nothing out here. Like, we might as well just come back together, and I don't want a second baby daddy. Like, you might as well just get me pregnant again. Like, y'all, when I tell you this man was on my phone, like, when do you argue? Like, I do not have them text messages. I had deleted those text messages over the summer because my ex that I was fucking with in Atlanta, I just, just respectfully, I just didn't want, him to so happen to go through my phone and see that and just be like, feel some type of way. Like, me and my best friend, it was a joke. But respectfully, I didn't want my boyfriend at the time to see that and just be like, you weird. Like, why the fuck is, why is he talking to you like this, and why he asking you this and this, that, and third? But the whole time it was a fucking joke. I have not slept with this man in years, like, and I could put that on my life. I keep the receipts, baby. It's never giving sight. No. The proof is in the pudding, bitch. I don't never need to lie about nothing like that. Now you can stop telling Facebook that I was a side bitch that got pregnant. It was given. You was the girlfriend. You was put up. You was this. I loved you. I was rocking with you. But then he just got caught up. He a liar. Like, it is what it is. If I can admit that, baby, you need to admit that too. You fuck with a liar. Because I'm pretty sure you still dumb fucking with him, because it's plastered all over your weird ass Facebook. She keeps saying something about a stalker. I'm not stalking shit. I'm just trying to make sure my son don't pop up nowhere. That's it. I don't give a damn about none of that. Are you dumb? Please, do you see me? Do you see the features, baby? Do you see the skin? Do you see the skin, baby? The skin. Oh, if I could do a side by side, I just don't even want people to know what you even look like. But y'all, trust me, it's nothing to look at. The only thing I knew about you was a perkhead. That was it. A perkhead who ran off on her kids. We had this conversation, baby. Don't get on the internet and start faking. You lucky I don't have my old phone. She harassed me some parts of my pregnancy and wonder why. Oh my God, why does she want to have a conversation? Why does she want to have a sit down conversation with me? Why does she want to talk about certain things as a woman? Because she's scared now. Because she knew she wasn't even about that life. But she thought, oh, because she's pregnant, let me make her miserable. Let me do this. Let me fuck with her. Let me do this and that. And then let me pop my shit on the internet because she'll never catch me. The DMV is a very small place. And even when I did run into her and I asked her, did she want to have a conversation? She was like, what are you talking about? What are you talking? Walking fast as hell to the car. What are you talking with that same snatchback ponytail, baby? I done been bald. I done wore wigs. I done had braids. I done had finger waves. I done had locks. This is my second time having locks. And you still got that snatchback ponytail. She was at the McDonald's. I seen her. I said, oh.
Bingo. I got action.
Get out the car. I'm like, you got something you want to talk about? She like, what are you talking about? What are you talking? I mean, y'all would have thought this bitch was in a speed walking race. I swear on everything I love. She gonna tell him, oh, I didn't know who that was. Girl, Nasir look just like me. Stop playing games. You know who I am, because guess what? You stalk me every chance you get, because what pops up? People you may know. You looking cheesy as hell with this nigga standing behind you. Pictures from about 12 years ago that you still holding on to. Even if you update it, you're still a dummy. You're still the bottom, bitch. You're still the bottom. You're still the one he's going to run to, because guess what? You're going to tolerate all the stuff that he's doing. You're going to accept all the things that he's doing, and I'm not. He's comfortable with you, babe. And I love that for him. He told me straight up, on my soul, he only dated you because you let him do whatever he want, and he could come back home whenever he wanted to. And you're not going to say anything. You're not going to do anything because you feel like, oh, well, as long as he come home to me, I don't care. Girl, clean it up. You don't even value yourself. You don't respect yourself. You don't love yourself. You don't nothing. Y'all are raggedy. This is why I don't get along with you or our baby daddy. I'm just so thankful that I got my son out of it, and that's it. I didn't lose anything. When you realize your worth and you realize what was really going on, I didn't lose anything. I have been blessed every year since my son has came into this world. I have went without, maybe not even all the way without, because you know that's what they're gonna say. Oh, me and my son was in a hotel. So what? And oh, let's tell it, BD. I was in a hotel because of what? Because you messed my credit up, and when I went to go apply for apartments, I couldn't get in apartments. It wasn't the money. It definitely was not the money issue. But when I'm referring to the hotel, me and my son stayed in the hotel for like a month and a half or 2 months or something like that. We didn't stay in no hotel because I couldn't afford no apartment. When I moved out of the townhouse, I told him, I was like, I want to find something smaller. I don't need this townhouse because it's only me. Like, I don't have any kids. And then remember when I went to the apartment, that's when I found out I was pregnant. I got further along in my pregnancy, obviously it was like, I'm gonna have to tell her about her and her about her type shit. So he started to get real nasty. He started to do things like, mind you, he's already been in control of taking care of the rent and the utility bills, and I got everything else. Now all of a sudden he's gonna pay the rent late. Now, they gave us to the 10th to pay the rent where I was living. And honestly, I think that's everywhere, because every apartment I've ever had, they always gave me to the 10th to pay rent. Is that just my apartment? I don't know. Chime in the comments. After the 10th, that means it's late. So he would purposely say things like, well, shit, I ain't got to look for no apartment. I ain't got to go scouting for no apartment. I don't give a real life, like, pay the rent on, like, the 23rd. The 28th. He would pay it almost when the month was already over. You know what I'm saying? So when the new month come in, say it's January, he paying it January 26th, knowing that rent is due in like 2 weeks for February. So for February, he would be paying at the end of February. So he was purposely doing that, being as though like he was already put up somewhere. And obviously I'm gonna have to find another apartment, or when I go apply for houses and stuff like that, that's gonna fuck me in the end, because he's already put up somewhere, and none of this stuff be in his name. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like, he's not gonna get the shit end of the stick. I'm gonna get the shit end of the stick, which is weird, because it's like, nigga, I got your whole baby. Like, why the fuck would you do something, or why would you say something like that, knowing I'm gonna be head of household with my child? Actually, when I would go apply for apartments, well, 2 of the apartments was with my little sister. The first one we stayed there for a month because we seen a mouse, and I was just like, oh no, bitch, we gotta go. So we found another one around Belpre, and we got approved, and then her ass ended up moving out, so I was in there by myself or whatever. Being as though like 2 bad credits came together and applied for an apartment together, with the funds obviously it wasn't such a hassle getting in. You get what I'm saying? Once it was time for me to move, that's when the problems came up. They're like, oh, you have an eviction on your rental history. And I'm like, evicted? I've never been evicted. Like, I have never been evicted, y'all. I've never had my stuff thrown out. I've never none of that. But I had to think back. If you live in a DMV, I don't know if this is in Virginia, but I know when I lived in PG County, it definitely was a system where this certain time, and they put it, sheriff come out and put a notice on your door for you to go to court. But because they pushed it to the courts as a eviction notice, even if you settle it out, like, he would pay it after the notice would come. I never knew that was an eviction notice, but he paid it. So once he paid it, it knocks it out the system. When I'm going to go apply for apartments, I'm giving them, application fee, all this, and they're like, oh, I'm sorry, this, that, and the third. I'm just looking like, I got the coin. This apartment is only $1,400. This apartment is only $1,500. What is going on? Do some research, and that's what it was. That's why I was having a hard time getting an apartment. It was never nothing about me not having no funds. Mind you, I have screenshots to prove this. This text message I'm going to show y'all, put it on the screen. This is from around October, around that time me and Nasir was staying in the hotel. I kept saying, like, this ain't no money issue, nigga. This is literally because you did what you did. This is why I can't find no apartment. But he didn't give a fuck because, like I said, he was already put up. But that just goes to show what type of low down man this person is. He was never giving broke, baby. When he was paying that hotel and I wasn't paying for anything, I didn't feel bad because it was like, you already put me in a position to be here anyways. I'm never not going to be able to put a roof over my son's head. And that's how he made it seem to whoever would listen to him. Anybody could tell you it's never no money issues with me. I promise you. Like, even my family be like, oh, you like Julius from Everybody Hates Chris. You Mr. Krabs, you be pinching your money. It's just my money. I want to keep it. Period. And I like to have, I don't know about y'all, but I like emergency money. I like to be able to, my tire got a flat. I got 2 flat tires. Oh, put some tires on, bitch. Or whatever. Like, God forbid, something wrong with my car, I can fix this. $200, no problem. I'm fixing it. I like to keep my money for stuff like that. And then, God forbid I go today or tomorrow, my son will have something. But let's go back to the story. Because when I did get an apartment, I was in the apartment, fine, paying what I needed to pay with no problem. Utility bills, car note, car insurance. Just my car alone was $700, $800. I think I'm good. Y'all want to portray me to be this bum and this sorry ass, loser ass bitch. It's never going to be that. And again, I'm not embarrassed about anything that happened to me. It was a lesson. So moving along. I have the baby. I go in labor the night before. So I was in labor for like 24 hours. But I just didn't realize it. I was just like, sometimes I can be a little hypochondriac, whatever. Up on the phone with my little sister at the time. I'm like, oh my God, I feel like, is this what it feels like for your water to break? And she was like, no, maybe you're just over dramatic. You're being over dramatic. So I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm going to sleep. So I call him the next morning and he answered the phone. And at this time, I guess he's trying to get his bottom to stay on his good graces. So now he went from showing me that he really don't know his baby mother to the opposite way now. He's over there with her, showing her how he's not a prize, showing her that how much he loved her. He had a whole baby on her. This can happen to anybody, but I'm saying it like this because I didn't know anything about you, sweetie. But this is what happened, was how much he said he loved you. And you want to get on the internet and talk about me? Anyways, I go into labor. Before I go to the hospital, I get some food because I was hungry. Go get me some Chinese food. I think we got there like 11 in the morning. Yeah, I got some Chinese food from down the street. And I told them I ate. And I didn't know you wasn't supposed to eat before labor. They say, no, Miss Chase, you got to wait 10 hours. I think it was like 10 hours. 10 to 12 hours to go to labor because you ate. It could cause complications with the baby if you try to bring him out now. They did a little vaginal examination and they didn't know what was going on. So it was like, no, C-section, period. Like, they put the little, is it scalpel? They put the scalpel in and it like shot out and like all this blood was coming out and like, it was just crazy. They was like, we don't know what's going on. So like, we're gonna have to do emergency C-section. And I cried. I crowed, bitch. I crowed. I was like, no, I don't want to see. I was like, no, I want to do vaginal. And they just was like, man, we don't know what's going on. And child, he was there. I have a picture of him there. I gotta find it. He was there. He fell asleep. He wasn't there for long. So he was like, oh, I'm gonna be back. I was in labor by myself the whole time. Again, I'm not ashamed by that because those are actions of a grown man who's having a baby decided to do. This has nothing to do with me. This is something about a man who doesn't love himself, who doesn't value himself, who doesn't care about your word is your bond as a man. I'm not ashamed of somebody else doing something to me. Back then, yeah, I cried about it because like, damn, how the fuck you leave me in the hospital by myself? Like, who the fuck does that? Like, what? Now I just look back and be like, I'm so glad things played out how it did with the birth certificate. Oh my God, I'm so glad. I'm in labor and I'm calling him and I'm like, come on, like they about to cut the baby out. Like, where the fuck you at? Da, da, da. So he's like, oh, I'm coming. Child, he got there in about 5 minutes, 2 to 5 minutes before he was about to wheel me to surgery. They put a needle in my back. I laid there. They brought the baby out. He stayed there for about 5 minutes and rode out. 5 minutes and rode out. Again, I'm not embarrassed about what somebody did to me, honey. I was more so focused on like, they really pulled that baby out of me. That is not my baby. Like, I was delusional. So, come to find out, y'all, this is the end of the video. I'm sorry, but these parts, like, it's too much information to put in one video. I don't want to lose y'all attention. So, yeah, I'm sorry. But anyways, y'all got to stay tuned because the next video is basically how he didn't come to the hospital at the end of the week I was there. And then there's more drama to come. So I need y'all to stay tuned. Please, please, please. I love y'all a bunch. I love y'all, love y'all, love y'all. Please subscribe, like, share, comment, all of that. I love y'all. See y'all next time.